TempahZone.
How's it going, everybody? Wherever you listen to this podcast right here, this is episode 101 of the TempahZone podcast with your host, me, iMaxx, and that's all facts. And ladies and gentlemen, my special guest on the Zoom call in the Zoom building today makes some really dope music, man. I really feel like this dude, every time he drops a song, he makes sure it goes hard. It's something dope. Cause I really feel like this dude don't miss every song. I listen to everything you got, man. And I'm impressed with everything.
Appreciate that, bro.
And I'm really happy to have this guest on my show. I got iMaxx in the building, man. How's it going,
guys? What's going on, guys? It's really nice to be on the show, man. It's a super honor. You know, I've been keeping up with what you were doing because when we met like a year ago, you actually told me about the podcast, and when we met at the Bars Over Bars show.
Mm-hmm.
And dude, you're still going every week strong, dude. It's so much respect, dude. It's something that like a lot of people want to do and like they never like actually start. So it's cool to see someone actually like pick it up, run with it, go with it, and actually like, you know, it's good that you bring a lot of artists together this way too, you know. So it's really cool, man. So I'm super blessed to be on it. Can't wait, man.
Yeah, man. No, I appreciate that, man. You know, just starting this platform up. I just really wanted to have a place where, you know, artists can just talk that talk and we can, you know, shoot the shit about the things that we have to do, man, because in this game, it's definitely like, you know, at this level, I think there's just a lot of things that lack of a better term, we go through that I think that people should be privy to. Like they don't understand.
Yeah, it's
what we put into this. Like it's a lot.
It's a different path. It's a kind of like a scary path, you know, because
for sure
it's an uncertain like destination, but like a big thing for me is the uncertainty is like so much of like the journey, the thrill of everything is just like it makes it all worth it for me. Like from like beginning to now, it's like I feel like the progression and everything, like you really start to appreciate it over time when you actually start to see results and like so
yeah, no, for sure, man. It's the game is definitely like that. And it's all about taking those risks, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like
exactly, man. You can't be afraid. And like a big thing for me when I first started like making music was like not when I first started. Before I started, I was like super like not like nervous, but I was just like I didn't really understand how to like convey like what I wanted to say, you know? And I was like super skeptical about like putting myself out there like that. And like, you know, like it came to a point where I was just like, dude, if I'm going to be like real, like I love I love this. So I'm going to do this, you know, no matter what. And it's like, it's been that way ever since. So.
Yeah, man, that's dope to hear. And I think, you know, you definitely strike me as one of those people where it's like, if you're going to do it, you go all the way with it, you know, no holding back. And
it's like, you know, when you love something and you know, you just know, you know, that's what it comes down to. You just know, and you know when it's right too. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, yeah, man. I've definitely seen the progression with everything you've been doing, you know, in your catalog and just all that stuff, man. When did you get started with making music? When did that all begin? When did you say you were gonna jump into this?
Like, you know, like back in high school, I was like rapping, you know, for fun, just like with some of my friends, whatever, you know,
freestyle at the table and shit
all the time, bro. That was like a very like common thing that we used to do. So
hell yeah,
kind of started like that, and like it got to the point where it was like I was like freestyling like alone, like all the time, because like it got to a point like everybody gets older. Some people don't like not everybody like wants to do music, and like so it got to the point where I was like, damn, I'm like the only one still like rapping. So it was like I still had a passion for it, but like I didn't really have like a lot of the tools that I needed like at the time. So I would say like about like 2018 is when I was like, you know what, like a good friend of mine, and he helped me with like everything, and like everywhere I am today is because of this dude. His name's Joey T. He's a producer from the Talman, and you know, like he had like gone to school at Berkeley, started producing and engineering. So I was like, yo, bro, like I'm trying to make music. Like I just don't know how to go about it. And bro, like he guided me through everything, bro. I got so much love for that dude, bro. I'm so thankful, bro. So like, you know, like it's like when you think of stuff like that, when you started, like you didn't even know like how to make a song, and like, you know, someone's willing to help you. Like when you're in such like a vulnerable stage, it's like, and you want to make music so bad, dude. And then like you know, someone actually helps you and gets you to like where you are today, you appreciate that so much, man. So that's basically how it started, man. Just like didn't really know how to go about it at first, but that's my guy right there. He helped me out, propelled me to where I am today, bro. And I got all the thanks in the world, bro. You know?
That's awesome, man. I think
Yeah, man.
I think it's so dope he was able to share that knowledge with you, you know what I'm saying? And
Dude, he's such a talented artist, bro. Such a talented producer. And so I can't thank him enough, bro, you know?
no, I think that's important to give, you know, credit where credit's due and give him props, because I think a lot of times in this game, I think a lot of artists don't want to, producers in general, like don't want to let people know like the secret sauce, if you would, you know, want to say. And I think it's good when people break it down for you to let you know, not this is how you do it. Don't do that, do this. Like it's crucial.
And I like try to keep like all my relationships and connections like whole and like important, because like it matters to me. Like at the end of the day, it's like every time like I make a connection through this music stuff, it's like, you know, every connection is not going to be a good one, but like I like to embrace the good ones for what they are. And like I don't like to burn any bridges, because you never know. Like at the end of the day, it's like you never know when you can run into those people again. So
yeah,
you
absolutely.
know, I try to work with everybody I can, and like, you know, it's really dope thing. I met so many dope people just by making music, and it's like I look back and I'm like, if I never even started, I wouldn't even met half of these people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When you get to like that point, you start like thinking about it. It's like, wow, like, you know, everything comes at the right time. You know.
For sure, man. This is really a community, man. Like when you do this, when you do this rap shit, this music stuff, and you meet other people who are doing it too, there's that instant bond that you guys have where it's like, especially if you get along, where like you were like, yo, like we're doing the same thing. Like we both know this game. Like we both know what's going on. I think that's something really dope to it, man. It's really dope to like be able to just have this community of people that's kind of all around each other, and we're all like aware of each other, and we know what's going on. We're not like distant from it, because I always find it weird when certain artists in this, you know, who are on the level we're at, aren't like tied into what's going on and who's doing what. I always like, really, like you haven't like, you know, try to make more friends or even like just network in this. Like
people want to go solo, but it's like
bro, literally solo. Yeah, like
you can only make it so far doing that. It's like music is about bringing people together, so it's like, you know, you only can get so far. But like, dude, I've realized like over the course of everything, it's like my favorite part is making the connections with people. You know what I mean? Like like I said, it's my favorite part. Like I get to meet so many cool people. It's like you never know what door it will open too. So
yeah, and I love what you said about, you know, not, you know, burning bridges, man, because I think sometimes some artists will treat artists like not the right way. And it could come and bite them in the ass. Like if if you're disrespectful to certain artists, that dude blows up. Like you might, you know, like, you know, you could, you never know. Like you just don't want to burn bridges in this game, man. So you just want to treat everyone with respect that they give you back. Like if, you know, obviously if
exactly, bro. Like
mean, then, you know, screw them. You know what I mean?
Like I feel like rap is like, or like the music scene isn't as much of a competition as like people make it out to be.
Definitely not, yeah, for sure. Yeah.
It's like it doesn't have to be who can spit bar for bar better. You know what I mean? Like people like lose such like sight about like the music, they forget it, or they lose so much sight on like that aspect. They forget about the actual like music, you know? They compare everything way too much. It's like, oh, but this rapper does this better, but this rapper does this better. But it's like, why can't you just appreciate what they made? And like, you don't have to always compare, you know?
Yeah.
That's a big thing.
No, that's some real shit though, man. Because it's like, you know, just because an artist isn't like as lyrical or doesn't like do as many flows as another artist doesn't make them better or worse. And like that's why, you know, that's why music's great, because it's so subjective. Like one song I might like, you might hate, and vice versa. You know what I mean? So it's like, but you know, as humans, we like to make things easier. So we'd love to compare other artists to other artists. Like, you know, like people might come to you like, oh, you sound like this artist. It's like, I don't though. Like I'm my own artist. Like,
yeah, we all do it, you know, at some point in time. But it's like a lot of the times lately, I'd be like, I just want to like appreciate what that artist would make. And like, I try to like not compare as much these days, you know?
Yeah.
And I was saying this the other day, like, it's kind of off topic, but like when I hear music, like compared to like when I heard music when I was like 14 to like now, it can never be the same. Like I can never like enjoy it the same because I'm always like dissecting like things. It's like obviously you still love it, but it's crazy how different it changes you. Like it changes the way you hear and like view and feel the music. Cause it's like, you know, when you were like 14 or like whatever, 15, just getting into high school, it was like I wasn't like really thinking about like making music. I was like, ooh, that would be cool. But like I was just enjoying it. I was like, this is awesome. Like, you know, listen to everything I love, just like, oh, this music's dope. But now it's like I'm not so much looking for music. I'm trying to make my own now. So it's like I think like my like obsession with music when I was like younger, like helped me like grow to like the way that I see it now. Little off topic, but this is
no. That is something to definitely like consider, and I think it's good to look back on how everything's changed and how you operate in the music game. And I think that's funny. You know, you mentioned, you know, how like, the way music hit when you were 14 and
hit so hard.
Yeah, there's really something to it, man. I forget who told me this, but like they said to me, when it comes to music, from the age of like 14 to like 22 is when like the music will really hit. And that's why like so many people like who are in their 30s, 40s have trouble like keeping up with new music. Because what that music did to you when you were
at that point
is like it's just completely like just different from how it is now, like the way it hit then. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Like, you like hear it way different. Like you know, it's crazy.
And it doesn't mean like, you know, you can't like music the same way now, but like it's just something to that time. It just carries to you in a way, you know what I mean? There's definitely a science experiment someone did on that with music and like when
it's got to be like with the brain and how it develops through when you're, you know, experiencing the music you enjoy and something like that.
Yeah, there's some science shit to that for sure, man. No, there's definitely something to that. I gotta definitely do some research on that, man. But yeah, definitely some real stuff, man.
Man.
I definitely want to ask you though, you know, who's some artists that, you know, were big inspirations to you that made you say like, oh, I can do this or I want to do this?
I think this one, like for a lot of people will be obvious when I say this. Mac Miller's like my biggest like musical inspiration. So like when I was like super young, like 14 and all that, like I was listening to his music and like, you know, like it was just like, wow, like this stuff, like I can relate to this stuff a lot. So it was like that music really like kind of like opened like a door for me to like, damn, I could actually do some music like that, you know? So Mac is definitely a big artist for me. Kid Cudi is like a huge artist for me too. Like the way his vibe is like for every single album he's ever made, like it's been super like important to me. You know what I mean? Even the one he just put out like last year. I don't know if you heard it, but
The Man on the Moon 3?
Yeah.
Love that album, man. Yeah, I'm a big Kid Cudi fan. I'm a big Kid Cudi fan.
That's
I'm a
good
big Mac Miller fan, RIP, man. You know, and I think those are just such great artists to be influenced by, man. You know, not like, I mean, you know, you influence whoever by who you're influenced by, but like, I just feel like what those guys have, you know, put into the game is just they shook shit up, and there are type of artists that make people go like, oh, like I feel like I can listen to this genre. I like this genre because if you just look at the whole totality of hip hop, man, like it was so I'm flashy and I'm gangster, and those guys were like not that at all. So like that's why like they have a special place in a lot of people's hearts more than other artists.
They hit such like certain like emotions that I feel like a lot of people can like connect with, and that's like a big thing for me with music is like emotion, like which was almost everybody. You know, so their music in general for me has always just been like something that has like helped me like through life and whatever. But overall, like them two, like just something about their influence, I can just like I could feel it for them, you know, like they're so important artists to me, you know. I always listen to their music to this day, ever since like then, you know. And like not only just Mac and like, you know, Cudi, but like I like a lot of like the like lyrical stuff like Cole and Kendrick. Like I really like those artists. Like most of my playlists consist of like those main four artists. Like keeping like 100% with you. Like I do listen to a lot of them like newer stuff too, because I do enjoy a lot of it, but I just like always gravitate back to like what I grew up with. It's crazy, you know?
For sure. No, and I think all of us, we have, you know, artists that we just have to go back to.
Absolutely.
Like, yeah, we gotta keep up with the new music because, you know, we got to see what's going on in the game. But like every now and then you gotta go take it back, you know, play the classics, you know, the shit that you really love, man.
Exactly, bro.
That out of you can bring something, you know, that you didn't know you had in you. You know what I'm saying? It can really influence you, bring something.
It's crazy.
Really
it's
dope.
crazy you go back and hear things that you miss sometimes. I know.
Yeah, man. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I love going back to like a song. You're like, oh, I never got that bar until now. Or you get older and you realize like, oh shit, he's saying some real shit. I didn't realize that when I was 14 and didn't have any responsibilities.
Right. Cole and Kendrick are like masters at that, bro.
Oh yeah.
Like I go back and I listen. I'm like, what? I didn't even hear that.
Yeah,
that's hundreds of times.
Seriously, man. They just be like saying that real shit, man. I think that's why like when people like are so quick to jump on like a project and say like, oh, it's trash or oh, it's a classic. I'm like, you ain't even giving it like time to breathe. Like let the record breathe. Like some of my favorite records took like, you know, 5-6 times for me to go, oh shit, like this is really dope. You know, not everything is going to be an instant, like, you know, hit when you first hear it. Sometimes you need things.
Exactly. It takes time. It's so new sometimes to the ears. It's just like, wait, what? You know what I mean? Like it's out of the realm of what's going on usually. So it's like they hear something completely different. It's like, whoa, what is that? You know? I feel like that's how it was when like a lot of the trap music got big. And like, oh yeah, you know, a lot of it's actually pretty good, you know? Like a lot of it's like the production is literally insane. Like people are just so quick to be like, oh, this is trash. But it's like, just because it's new doesn't mean like, you got to give it a chance, you know?
Exactly. Nah, I think there's, you got to have time with it, man. Not everything is going to be off the top. So like amazing, but we're in such a now culture. People need things to be like, oh, it's a classic. It's like, yo, it just dropped like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Like,
right, bro.
You know, like it could be the opposite. Like some albums, like they don't age well, but then some albums age like wine. Like it's like, so that's why people when jump to those conclusions, it's like, hey, now, like, you know, there's a reason why guys like Mac and Kid Cudi, you know, like, you'll have that place because their music lives on. They were talking that shit, you know?
Yeah, true. They had really good careers, and Cudi's still going, obviously. RIP to Mac. It's crazy, man, you know? But Cudi's, his music now is still getting better, in my opinion, in a different way, though.
Absolutely.
Like, you know?
Yeah.
You know, like he really experimented with the new album. I love it, you know? Love it.
Yeah, I mean, Kid Cudi drops an album, I'm there. It's not really that complicated.
Same there at midnight.
Yeah. Oh yeah, seriously, man. I did that with the last project. It was I waited up. I waited up for him, man. That's that's when you know.
That's how I do that only for like when I do that for an artist, you know, it's like real. Like
it's real. Yeah. That's when you know you're a real fan. Like I'll probably do that with like Kendrick and Cole when they drop their next projects. I'm like, is it midnight yet? All right, boom, it's up. Let's go, let's play it. You know, be first on it. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, that's when you know you're really a fan of an artist.
Sure, man, for sure.
Oh man, but yo, man, I definitely want to ask you though, just about just things you've gone through in your career so far, and just what you've had to deal with. You know, has there been any struggles that you feel that you've had to face so far in your career? Absolutely.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Many. It's very like consuming. Like for a while, like I let it consume me. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Which is like hard to talk about, but like it's just like I let it like take over, and like I let it like my only focus. Like nothing else mattered. Like so, it's like I really try to find a balance these days. You know? So like I remember during like that time, I was just like shutting everything like out completely. Besides like music, I just wanted to be like better. I wanted to get better. I knew I couldn't get better if I didn't do it every day, you know?
Yeah.
So that's what I did for a while. And like, I really just like, I look back and I'm like, damn, like bro, like I wasn't balancing anything, like relationships, like goals, like bills, life. Like, it's just like, it all like hits. It's like, I was letting it like take over. Like I was like obsessed, like, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I got to that point, I was like, damn, like I need it. Like, so I take like, what I do now is like, I take like mini breaks from like social media, like music, like everything. And like, it really helps. It like helped me like find balance, you know, like that's been my main goal this whole like 2020, 21, just trying to find like a balance. Super hard to find a balance for me. I don't know why, but like, it was just like the biggest struggle throughout like everything is like, I can't let it like take over like everything I do, you know? It gets to that point though sometimes, you know? When you want something like that, it's like
it consumes
you know?
everything that you do. Like you'll skip meals because you're working on or thinking about music. Like
Yeah.
you can't conversate with people who aren't in the
It's
field and you're
hard,
just
man.
talking to them about music. It's like you got to separate things and not overindulge. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like emotional to talk about only because like I can like look back and like see the flaws, but like it helps me grow as a person to like be able to recognize that. So like, you know, I'm really like proud of like how like the balance I've like been able to maintain these past like few months, you know? Cause like I wasn't able to be like this before. So it's really like it's important to me that I can keep this way. Family, friends, financial, like everything. I want to be like physical. I want to just be straight. I don't want to like let something like knock me off my pivot like ever again. You know what I'm saying?
No, for sure.
I did let it consume me, bro. Like I really did. Like I'm not even joking. Like, but I mean, I think I'm at a point now where it's like I have way more fun with it. You know, like I don't let it consume. I don't overthink it as much. I have a good time with it. You know what I mean? Because like for a while, it's like, you know, you do music for so long and you feel like you're making no progress. And that's when I got into that thing. I'm like, I have to do all this. And you feel like you're not making enough progress. So you have to put in all this work. And if you don't put in this work, then you won't make any progress at all. So like I got super like into that mindset. But like now looking back, I'm like, damn, I've been making progress the whole time. I was too focused on the future to recognize the present moment. Like, you know what I mean? I was way too focused on the future to recognize like what was happening like now, you know, which is the most important thing. It's like I gotta enjoy now and not be so worried about like what's gonna happen or what already happened. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's a big thing for me.
No, I feel this very, very heavily, man. I think a lot of times with artists, we don't count our blessings and we don't take time to like look at how far we've come, and because we're always trying to chase and do better and be better, and outdo what we done before. And I think sometimes it can really drive you crazy, man. And I think like you know, like you overworking yourself is something that artists feel like, you know, we should, you know, that's impossible to overwork yourself. Like I'm constantly grinding, constantly working. Dude, let's go. Like, but it's like, yo, like sometimes you do need to chill and take a break. And that can be hard for some artists and some people to grasp, but like, shit's needed.
Sometimes you just need to not make music for a little bit, bro. And like, you need to do some other stuff sometimes, you know, that's a big thing, bro. Like I've realized that, you know, and then I come back, make the best song I've ever made.
Exactly.
Well, like, tell me how that works, bro.
I literally did that. The month of January, I literally did not write. I did not work on any music. I was barely listening to music. I was like I was also like, I don't even know what music is anymore. But like, cause I just needed to like, I was like, man, I feel like I've been like years and years of just constantly like working and thinking. I was like, it got to a point where it was just like, I need to just chill, you know? Like,
exactly, bro. I need to like enjoy the life I have and not be so serious about like, you know, because like you can't be so serious all the time.
That was more life than music, man. You know what I mean? Like it's
enjoy it. It's just that's a big thing. Yeah,
no, it's
real shit though.
Yeah, it is some real shit, and I think it's something that I think a lot of artists are afraid to discuss because, like, I think a lot of times, like, we feel like we should always be on it, always, but it's not necessarily. Like, not necessarily.
Honestly, bro, for me, I'll talk about whatever. I'll say however. Like for me, I'm just all about being like who I am. At the end of the day, I'm just all about being real. Like, just giving you the authentic me. That's at the end of the day. So I'm not really scared to talk about anything. Like, I'll tell everybody, like you know, straight up how it is. So.
Yeah. For sure, man.
Ask me anything, bro. For real.
No, I'm happy about that, man. I appreciate the openness because I think, you know, a lot of artists need to hear that, you know, we're not always working on music every single day. Like, I think some people might think that about like me or you. Like you're probably working on music all the time, and I'm like, fam, like I haven't written a song in this long. You know what I mean? Like,
and maybe I might do some other things that aren't rap. You know what I mean? Like playing the keys or something.
Exactly.
Or like producing or stuff. But like, you know, that too is something that helped me find balance too. I was for a while, I was only focused on like lyrics. Got to be the best writer I can be, blah, blah, blah. be the best freestyler I can be. But now I've come into like the situation where it's like I kind of want to get like more into like the production side of things, and you know what I mean? So I started playing keys last year. So
Hell yeah.
that's really helped me find a balance. Like, cause I enjoy music. Music is like my passion number one. So I was like, keys is always something I wanted to do. So I'm gonna do keys. So that's helped me, you know, produce better. I haven't really been, you know, a producer yet. I would call myself like a starter beat maker.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean?
It's tough to jump into that though. How you been enjoying that though?
I like it a lot. I just honestly, I really enjoy playing the keys. Like I love it. Like I just like something about it. Just like it's very nice to me. So I take like lessons like once a week. It's, you know, it's just something I enjoy doing. We'll see where it goes, you know? So
I've always been a big proponent. I don't like to say it, but like I always feel like everybody who's in music should like have some understanding of how to like go on a piano. Like I think that's like the one instrument, like if you are anything music related, like if you say you are, you should like know how to dabble in that, like just a little bit. Like
because with the way like production is nowadays, if you can play the keys like and the way you can alter sounds and everything, if you can play the keys well, like you can probably make a beat pretty well. Honestly, because like most of like the drum patterns and stuff you can do on there, or it depends what you have. It depends how far you want to go with it. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. I mean, there's too many devices that you can use to make beats, man.
Exactly. It's like never ending.
That's a rabbit hole and a half.
It is a rabbit hole, but I feel like it's something to like that I would like keep on the side just to like slowly improve at over time. Keep my like, you know, lyrics and music first, of course, but you know, keep that on the side so it can kind of like keep that balance like I was talking about, you know?
No,
you know,
I hear you on that, man. No, I think that's I think it's dope that you take that on, man. And then you actually sent me something recently of so beat you're working on. It was sounding pretty good too.
Oh, did I?
So yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it was sounding good. I was like, I didn't know you produced, man. I was like, okay, like
I wouldn't say I do, but I just like I enjoy doing it. You know what I mean? I wouldn't say like I have never like put out one of my beats to like my song on it. You know what I mean?
I was about to ask you that if you have plans on that yet.
I haven't done that. No, I probably will. Of course, I definitely will. That's the goal, but I just don't know exactly when. You know what I mean?
When it's right, yeah. You don't want to just like use it on the first beat just because you can. Like you want to make sure that definitely you know lines up. Yeah.
And I've like with the music that I have, like now I've like set the standard high with the beat, so I gotta make sure I make some fire stuff when I get to that point, you know.
Yeah, no, that's some real stuff, man. I've always been so like self-conscious of that because like I'm always like, oh, like my beats like that I rap over, like guys, you know, live up to that or stand up to that, and it can be a little tricky, but sometimes you just gotta make something unique that's still high quality at the end. You know, that's really all it comes down to. Yeah,
honestly, yeah.
But I think in time, man, I totally see you, you know, getting into that bag, man. Because you know the fact you're going to it and you're taking it on. I think that's a step in a really good direction, man.
Thanks, bro. Yeah, I just enjoy doing it, like just like I enjoy rap, and like I said with rap, I'll see where this goes. Same thing. You never know where you could end up, you know.
Yeah, for sure, man. You did never know where it can take you. I totally feel you on that, man. Let's talk about this new song that you got out, though, man.
Man.
I'm really vibing with Wrong Time. I bumped it before we got on this call. I bumped it a couple times last night because I'm just like, man, like you really got one here, man. So
I appreciate that, bro. Damn.
Seriously, because I you know, because I've always expected that like boom bap type of sound from you. And so when you did this, I was like, oh, snap, here we go. So, you know, talk about, you know, the making of that song, how it came about.
So honestly, it's kind of crazy how I like made the song. I was literally like a lot of my music is kind of just like, I just kind of make it on the spot in a type of way, type of situation. So when I made the song, I kind of just heard the instrumental and I just came up with that hook, kind of like, guess it was a wrong time. So I was like, okay, that was kind of fun. And, you know, I just kind of like kept flowing with that little flow. By like the second verse, or by like the second chorus when that came around, I was like, I guess it was a wrong time in the right place. And it started getting like, I was like, all right, wait, I had the hook down like perfect. I was like, there's no way. So I had the hook down. This song was literally done in like one day. It was crazy. And I was like, So I think I was like going to the gym when I was like doing this straight up. I'd like pull up to the parking lot. I write the first verse, dead serious. Write the first verse, going do in between sets. I write the second verse. Think it was like I did like a demo of it in my car, and I usually
Wow.
do like a little demo here and there, just like see how it comes out.
Sure.
I went to the studio the next day, recorded it, and that's how that song came. It's crazy because like sometimes songs like I'll be sitting on them for a little bit, they won't come together like that. But this one really just came together like that. But yeah, so that's exactly how like the song came together. But like if you want to know more like what the song's about, I can tell you too.
Yeah, for sure, man. I think I had a good grasp on what you were, breaking down. But I definitely want to hear that, explain.
Yeah, it's basically just like it's kind of like in a way like a love song, kind of like, from the perspective of like a situation that like is it's totally right, like, like it's like the right situation with the right person or whatever. But it's just not the right time. And like, and sometimes in life it's like hard to recognize that type of situation. So it's like, damn, I guess it was the wrong time. But it felt like right, you know what I'm saying? So it's like you're
Yeah.
trying to figure it out, trying to find your way, trying to fight the fate of reality. It's like, okay, so this is the real deal. This is okay, this is how it is.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just kind of like a song, like just kind of like from that perspective of like, sometimes in life it might be the right situation. It's just not good for the people involved. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of like what the hook is mostly representing.
Man. Yeah. I really like that, man. I think that's so definitely a good thing to address. That's I've always found that saying very fascinating. Like the right, found like right place at the wrong time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it could even be like a job or something, bro. Like it doesn't even have to specifically be a person.
No,
it could be a lot of things in life. Like, damn, like, like just I was in. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know.
No, for sure. No,
so many situations.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I always think of that like with like I think with those things I always look at that with like relationships with like it comes to like just dating and stuff. Like you meet a girl and like you're just like, oh shoot, like I'd love to date you, but it's like I gotta focus on me and get my shit together. Like if I put all this time into you, it's like I can't focus on me. You know what I mean? So that's how I've always looked at that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. And like sometimes people, it's like hard to like face the reality that it's it's not the right situation or right time or whatever.
Oh, and that's a whole nother thing right there.
Exactly.
People forcing situations and forcing things to happen. It's like it's not time for that yet. Like you shouldn't be thinking about that, doing that.
Like you said, you got to work on you and just get you right before you can get into anything like that.
Yeah, man. I really just like the message that you went about in this song, man. I really it's definitely one that you can think on when you listen to it. Like,
yeah, it's definitely something I thought like people would be able to relate with. And it's like I said, like when I came up with the song, it was just kind of like how I was feeling, like how the instrumental made me feel, and I was like, okay,
the vibe and the beat and like what you're talking about, like it goes perfectly. Yeah, for sure.
Thank you, bro. Like I've gotten a lot of like good reviews, and it's like a lot of reviews that, because I'll be honest with you, I was contemplating like, do I put this song out? Like, do I even put this song out? Like, is this something that like my people want to, like my fans or whatever want to hear? Like I just didn't know, and I was like, and when I worked on it with my boy Brody, and he helps me engineer a lot of my music. Brody, such a dope artist, and he was like, nah, dude, you got to put this one out. So I was like, okay. I like listened back a couple times. I was like, this is pretty dope. It was hard for me to like accept that I made such a different type of song, anything that I've ever like made. And like you said, with that vulnerability, me like putting it all out there like that. And like, so that was definitely,
Yeah, man. I'm glad you said I'm gonna do this and put out something different, man.
Yeah, it was a hard decision at first because I really wasn't sure like if I should put it out, but I'm glad I did, because like I feel like right now I've like kind of like hit like a random group of people that I probably would have never hit if I didn't put the song out. So super grateful for that. I've been getting a lot of great messages, and I'm super thankful to everybody who's listening to the song. So
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
man.
That's dope. That's dope. I think
Yes,
it's always
sir.
good when artists, in general, just do something different from what they're trying to do. And I think when
Mm,
it's done right, man, the fans appreciate it. You know what I mean?
they
It's
do.
it's all about the execution and how you do it. You can put out whatever you feel is right. But it's just all gotta be it's all gotta lead up to it. You gotta, promote it the right way. It's gotta be all done
Yeah.
right. I mean, you can make it all happen. You can be as diverse with the sound, as versatile with the sound as you want to be. It's just really all about how you present it off the first rip, like offhand. You know what I mean?
True.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah, that initial release, the way you do it is so important. So
It really is, and that's something I've been trying to like learn over time, like how I really should like go about putting out my music and everything. And I just I've been trying to do a lot of reading up on like what other people have done and things like that. Just to get different perspectives on like like what other people are doing,
mhm.
because people have different ways of going about promotion and marketing and all that stuff. And I don't, to be honest with you, trust a lot of the stuff that I see online, so I don't really go about it that way. But I feel like organically, like I've been able to do the best I can do, and I feel like I'm constantly growing, so I feel like it's good.
Yeah, man. Or the organic part's definitely important because with the
Yeah,
marketing stuff, you don't know what to trust.
dude, I get like
Some of it is trustworthy and it works like if you
some of these
invest it
DMs
correctly.
though,
But then some of them are like, yo, like they will fuck
bro.
you over.
It's like, yeah, at this point, I try to like do my own research and figure out my own ways type thing, the real way. I'm not trying to fake, like, you know what I mean? Like, I just like J. Cole said, you know how many people are faking the streams out here?
Oh, I mean, it's almost everybody. It feels like it.
It's crazy.
It
I
feels
don't
like
know.
yeah.
But
It's
I
pretty
mean, hey,
insane. Yeah.
I mean, like, it is what it is. For me, I want to know like who really be rocking with me.
Exactly. And I think that's
I don't want 1,000 fake fans. I want 100 real fans that'll come to a show, buy tickets, buy merch. You know what I mean?
absolutely, bro. I mean, that's how you make. I mean, if you can reel in 1,000 real fans, real
That's a
people,
big deal.
like who will pay and show up and
Like
listen, like, they
yeah,
really fuck with you. I mean, like you could literally have a whole career off of just that,
yeah, and it
just
will
that.
only grow from that happening to you.
Hmm.
Just by that happening to you will motivate you if
Yeah.
you're in the right headspace at the right time, and
Hmm.
if you play the cards right, dude. I mean, like
Yeah, man. I think
that's a big thing too. The consistency to keep growing.
absolutely. Yeah.
Was
Yeah.
it? Yeah, I left like an 8 month gap in between the last release, bro, and like I will never do that again. I'm looking back on it. I'm like, damn, that's crazy. And like I'm very glad the song still got played throughout that whole gap. The song I put out, but if I want to grow and get like more like consistency, I have to actually be more consistent.
Yeah, you just have to find a way to keep the fans engaged music wise. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? Because like, yeah, 8 months is a while, and like, you definitely want to be consistent and in terms of dropping, but
Yeah,
it's just really all about like, making sure you keeping them aware and letting them know like, yo, something's on the way, or even
yeah,
throwing out some snippets in there like, yo, like I'm working on this and stuff like that, because obviously you don't want to just put
true.
out anything, and you want to make sure that all your releases hit. You don't want to put out just to be consistent, you just put out just a random song that you're not really feeling that you're confident in.
Yeah,
You don't want to
I've
stoop
almost
to
done
that, you know
that.
what I mean? Yeah.
I've almost done that, bro.
Just try.
I've
I
been
was like,
like,
I
damn,
gotta put out something. Yeah.
I'm like, damn, it's been like 6 months. Let me just throw out this song that I don't like know how it will do. You know
Yeah,
what
I
I
was
mean?
like, this
Like
isn't like single worthy. Yeah.
exactly. So it's like, yeah, it's
Hmm.
you gotta be able to recognize that for sure.
Yeah, man. It's all trial and error, and it's all about gauging it out, man. You know what I
Mm.
mean? I think a lot about this game is, figuring out what works for you, because
It
there's certain marketing plans that I can't do that you could, and other way around. You know what I
exactly,
mean?
bro.
Like what works for the other guy won't work for this person. Like, so like it's all about you figuring out what you can do. You know what I mean?
That's so true.
So I definitely feel that's just every artist has to go through that, man. Seriously.
For sure. Yeah, it's one of those things.
hmm Yeah, man. I want to ask you though about just you being, open in the music and stuff like that. Does it ever take a lot out of you when you're vulnerable in your music? Do you feel better after it? Like, do you feel nervous after? What is it like when you put out a song like Wrong Time?
I feel really good about it because like in the grand scheme of things, like it's just like the way I feel, and like it's hard for me to like express how I feel any other way besides like music. You know what I mean?
I
Like,
feel that, yeah.
so it's actually like therapeutic for me to actually put a song out like this, because it's like, okay, I got this off my chest. Now I can make a song about something else. That's, you know,
Mm-hmm.
so it's definitely been a good song for me to put out, because like I said before, it's super different, super like vulnerable, whatever. It's something I would probably have never thought to put out before. Like a year ago, I'd probably be like, I would never put out that type of song, you know? But I'm just at like a different level of like comfortable right now, you know? I'm comfortable like who I am, and I'm able to express myself the way I know how. So that's what I do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think in time, as we get older, we just start to accept and understand everything fully about who we are and what we've been through. And I think
For
that's what
sure.
allows an artist to be that vulnerable and to open up. You look at like Jay-Z with 444, like
Dope.
that's like a maturity, you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
you really see it in that. And I think with all artists, it's gonna take time for that. You know what I'm
It does.
saying?
It does take time for that. Cause like when I first started making music, I wasn't like talking about like personal things, you
Oh
know,
yeah. I mean,
in
I'd be,
some
yeah.
ways, but
Mm-hmm.
in some ways, but now it's more
It's
more
calculated.
exactly.
Mm-hmm.
I actually know how to channel my feelings, you know,
Mm-hmm.
opposed to then.
Yeah, yeah. I feel like just starting off. I think as a rapper, you're just trying to like, you're
What
just trying
rhymes
to,
with this?
yeah. What rhymes with this? How do I sound cool and fly? I think that's like the easiest route to go. But then once you start to dig into the craft a bit more, you realize like, oh, like I don't want to repeat myself all the time. Like I gotta start talking about some like real shit, and then
Exactly.
it comes, and you just channel it
It just
however you do.
happens. It just happens. It's
Mm-hmm.
just it's a crazy thing, you know. And when it does happen, and when it happens, it's the best feeling ever. When you get
Oh
that
yeah.
song and you're like, all right, where, like, you
Mm-hmm.
know,
It's like you open up, talk that real shit, and it's put in a dope way. Because just because you're opening up in a song, it doesn't mean it's good. You still gotta make it catchy, and that's what makes it hard. When you're putting out like a deep song, it's like, all right, I'm opening up in the song, but I gotta make it sound dope. You know what I mean? Like,
exactly.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Again, with Wrong Time, I'm super happy with the way it came out. I can't, like, I'm happy I put it out and everything, because like it's just like I said, it's, you just gotta take the chance sometimes. Maybe you won't even like the song that much, but if other people tell you they like it, then just put it out. You never know what could happen.
absolutely, man. Yeah, I mean that's definitely some real stuff right there, man. I think sometimes like with certain hits, it's things that you have like if you might not be feeling it, but like sometimes the good is just let it out there and see what happens. You know what I mean?
Exactly. It's just like you never know like how that song could affect one person to the next. It's like you never know. Because I've
Mm-hmm.
heard songs before that I never even heard of this artist before, and I've been like, damn. And like then that artist becomes one of my favorite artists. That's how it
Mm-hmm.
happens. So it's like it's just crazy, like how you could just put out one song that just touch the right group of people, and there's your fan base potentially.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. Yeah, one song can do so much for artists, and that's why like it's so important just to keep creating and keep that shit rolling, because one song can change your
Yeah,
life literally. Like one song could blow
it
you up. One song can
could.
make you a legend. Like people,
But you got to
yeah.
be ready for that moment when it does happen. So that's why it's like it can be very like not stressful, but it can be very like anxiety inducing, like because like you can't just like expect to put a hit out and like that's it. It's like, damn, that hit, you put a hit out, now you gotta go like 25 times harder.
Yeah,
Like you gotta
yeah.
go way harder now. Like it's not just gonna be an easy ride from that point on. You know what I mean? You gotta keep going harder. You gotta keep getting better. Like it's not gonna, unless you don't want to get better. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah, right. Yeah.
Like
Mhm.
unless you are content with being like that, but like I want to keep growing. I want to see how far it can get. I want to see how how good of an artist I can really be. I want to tap into that full potential and be the artist I know I can be. You know what I mean?
No,
Tap
for
into
sure.
that sound and get it to where I want it to be. You know?
Yeah, man. I think that's why I love looking at certain artists. You see how they started off and you see where they're at now. And you're just like
Yeah.
there's you can name any artist. Like Tyler Creator is a great example. Like just
Hmm.
seeing where he started off and seeing where he is now. It's like, that's what it's all about. If you ask me, like
He's a great artist.
art. Yeah. He's like true art. Yeah, for sure. I mean, that's like what I love to see with music and like artists and just in general, when you see people, the growth, the transformation, like, and
Yeah, it's
the
crazy.
adjustments made over time to, reach the artist that they are now, because they understand it better. I think that's just I think it's just so dope to see, man. It
It's a
really.
beautiful thing to see.
Mhm.
From absolutely have no idea or just completely like different to where you look with Tyler the Creator in that situation, from where he started to like now, it's insane, dude. That whole album he put out, he
Yeah,
produced the
Igor.
entire thing, the last
Yeah.
album he put out.
hmm
Like what? I didn't even know he could like produce like that, bro.
Yeah.
I had
Right.
no
Yeah.
idea.
hmm
Like when he started with like Yonkers was the first thing I heard from him. Honestly, like it was the first thing I heard. I was like, damn, this guy's crazy. But like it was dope. It was dope when that came out. But now he's making stuff like Earthquake, and I'm like, damn, this guy is like he's like a real artist. And even before that, this guy could spit. But like he could do other stuff too. Like so dope. It's crazy. Because like not only is he an insanely talented rapper, it's just so versatile. It's dope to see an artist like that.
Yeah, man. Just seeing the elevation
And all the people he's brought up with him, his whole squad and everything. Like
yeah.
you gotta show love to that.
Yeah, man, that was a moment. That Odd Future era, man. With
It was weird at first. I remember everyone was like, "What is this?" But it was dope. So
yeah, there were another example in, like, in rap, like showing people like, yo, like, you don't have to be the cool guy. You can be you. And that's why I love those type of artists. You can just be you. And that's what rap is now. And that's why it's so global and big the way it is, because rap has gotten to that point where you can be whoever you are. It's always been an accepting genre.
It's true.
But you can really be whoever you are and do your thing. And I love to see it, man. I love to see just, any artist be who they want to be, but, and obviously there's going to be people that still want the rapper to be, street or, like a tough guy, but like, that you don't need to be that anymore. And I love that.
You don't. Yeah, because everyone from all over the place likes all music for the most part. I feel like I feel like especially with hip hop, it's like literally the number one genre. Everybody listens to hip hop for the most part. Not everybody, but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, I mean, I'd find it shocked if people, didn't like, if someone was like, I don't like hip hop. I'm like, you don't like how do you not like any hip hop? You know what I mean? Like,
there has to be at least like one song, because like there's so many, like, dude, like
there's so many ways to do rap now. Like,
so many subgenres of rap now. It's insane.
Yeah,
like you said earlier, like that emo cloud rap is like, that's a thing. It's like, who would have thought, like starting like with the boom bap and everything, the way that everything is now, it's absolutely insane.
Yeah, man.
And, the way that it's crazy, like how many different artists there are too nowadays. And it's like easier for people to get their music out there online.
Some may say too many artists. No.
Too many. For sure, bro. It's flooded. Flooded.
I mean, especially nowadays, like it's so easy to have a home studio. It's so easy to put music out.
It is.
And I think with that being the case, it's not something that should be like a bummer to people, but that's just the way things go with technology.
It's a challenge. How are you going to stand out? How are you going to get noticed? Like,
exactly. Just about to say that, man. Like, well, there's all these artists. Well, how are you going to stand out? It's time to get more creative and figure out how to elevate around all these other acts here, because everybody's grinding. So
that's why I like to be like the real authentic me, because I know that like I'm unique and with my music. So it's like, I'm not trying to be like anyone else's music. I'm not trying to make music like anybody else. So it's like, that's how I kind of do that. I just kind of stay to like who I am with the music. So I think over time, like people will catch on to that uniqueness and be like, okay, this is different. I feel that. That's just the way I feel,
No, absolutely, man. And I can totally tell when I'm listening to your music, like, you bring like realness to the table. You know what I mean? I definitely hear that in the stuff you've been dropping, man. What's next for iMaxx? What can the people expect going forward, man, in terms of the music stuff?
a lot of dope music, a lot of different stuff, a lot of dope vibes. I've been like in that 8th month period when I wasn't like, dropping music, I was just creating, and taking time, like I said, in between to find that balance, but I was making the best music of my life. So a lot of those songs I haven't even put out. So it's like I'm at this point in time, I'm just kind of, I'm enjoying this single, getting this song to where it needs to be. And rolling with that, seeing how people feel about it. And definitely gonna be putting out some more music soon. Like I said, trying to stay more consistent, but expect a lot of dope music, expect a lot of different type of stuff, like this song was different from my last. Who knows what the next one's gonna be like,
Snap. Yeah. Okay. I like
Yeah,
that.
so that's kind of,
I keep it on their toes, man. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
I really enjoy challenging myself with different types of like vibes, I like to I like to see if I can do a song to this, you know what I mean? So that's something I enjoy. I really enjoy being in the studio, like just creating, because it's just like it's this the happy place,
Oh yeah, it's like if
You know.
it's like you're just blocked off from everyone else. It's like
Exactly.
you're there, like it's time and creating something from nothing to something. It's beautiful. You gotta love the process, man. You know what I mean? And the challenging yourself. I think that's dope, man. And I really can't wait to hear what you got in store coming up, man. Because from what you
Thank you,
dropped,
bro.
I just know that it's gonna be quality from here on out, man. So
Thank you, bro. I appreciate you too, man.
no, for sure, man. Hey, no, for sure, man. We
You
definitely
make me
gotta.
feel it.
Thank you, man. Thank you. We gotta hop on something or do something. I mean,
Yeah, where
iMaxx, Max. There's something we could do with.
yeah, dude. We'll max it out. Let's go.
Yeah, well, Max.
Where do you record at usually?
Well, right now I'm just recording at the crib. It's
Dude,
just
I mean, let me know, bro. I'll come through whenever. Straight up. Like if you ever like trying to just like link up, you're like, yo, let's just make a song real quick. I literally come there and just
man.
whatever, bro. Honestly, that's like I said, my favorite part about making music is connecting with people. So
yeah, man. Now after this, we'll definitely chop it up and see what we can do for something, man.
For sure, bro. I think we can make definitely some dope music for sure.
No, absolutely, man. I know we can. There's some way we'll get something going, man. So
oh yeah, regardless.
I don't know what the vibe will be, but
hey, we'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. Yeah, no, for sure, man. For sure, man. iMaxx, thank you.
Dude,
very
thank
much
you
for
bro.
being on the podcast today, man. Is there anything you want to plug for the people? Where can they follow you? Where can they reach you?
You can follow me on Instagram at iMaxxReal. That's with 2 X's. And you can find all my music on all platforms. The link in my bio, my link tree goes to everything. And yeah, man, that's about it. I want to say thank you, like I said before, to everybody who streamed the new song, everybody who checked it out. Thank you, iMaxx. Dude, mad respect. I appreciate you so much for letting me on the show. So all love, bro. All love, man.
Likewise, man. Likewise,
Thank you,
man. Thank you very much, yo. That's
real.
episode 101 of the TempahZone podcast, y'all. Thank you very much for tuning in. Make sure you tune in next week for another one. All right. Peace out.